New York Yankees legend Mariano Rivera may be retired, but he's certainly not out of the game.
Okay, we're gonna make a deal here. I love that. I love deals.
Especially when it comes to scoring big for education and his community.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I mean, especially for the youngster. You know, that's what it is all about. You know, that's to me, that's my force. That's what they drove me to inspirations to help and make sure that they do the right thing, you know, because that's our future.
Major League Baseball's Career Saves leader was one of 4 honorees recognized by the New Rochelle Fund for Educational Excellence at its 15th annual gala.
Good evening, everyone. It is a real pleasure to join you tonight as you celebrate the 15th anniversary of the New Rochelle Fund for Educational Excellence. I'm only sorry I can't be there in person. The education I received at New Rochelle High School paved the way for my career in journalism. New Rochelle was and is today a microcosm of the world.
Along with Rivera, Marianne Schmidt-Carey, president of Say Yes to Education, Dr. Stephen Safier, president and CEO of Montefiore Medical Center, and private equity pioneer Jerome Kohlberg were recognized for their commitment and contributions to the community.
Had a wonderful educational system and still has one of the best in the country.
The event, which included a live auction of Rivera memorabilia, will help the fund continue and build upon its efforts to provide enrichment programs to students in New Rochelle's public schools.
The New Rochelle community is a very special place. We have diversity that is very unique across this country: socioeconomic diversity, racial diversity, heritage, ethnicity, religious diversity. And we all live well together, and we learn from each other, and we experience each other. And by being able to provide some of this programming in the schools, these young people, they have this programming, but they get to know each other. And when they leave here and they get off to college or wherever they end up doing, they're ready for it because they've worked, they've been around, they've socialized together. And I think that makes them even more successful when they find their way in whatever they're going to do in life.
The 5 high school seniors recognized for their achievements are already on their way. Each student says programs made available by the fund help them succeed in high school and prepare them for their next steps into the future.
I'm very happy to be alongside my fellow honorees, especially Mariano Rivera, the Yankees pitcher. It's just I was hoping to meet him, eventually, and this is my chance. So I'm very excited for that.
For myself, I wouldn't have taken an SAT course if it hadn't been available to me. So I feel like the fund really makes things available for students that they otherwise wouldn't have.
It's really great to have other areas where you can have programs and things where people can find what their skills are. Like Poetry Out Loud, I was never good at English, and I would have never have, you don't get experience in school talking, public speaking, and that's something that I was given that opportunity to discover, that while I maybe wasn't good at reading especially or writing especially, I was good at speaking, and that's invaluable across the board, so it's really great.
I always hear stories of my friends saying, what are you doing for SAT prep? And they're sort of worried. So when the school tells us that there are all these opportunities, but we always try and take advantage of them, and we're really happy when we do get the opportunity because it's really life-changing.
It's very important. So you get to know the world, you get to see places, experience a lot of things, especially before you get to college. You can say you've been here, you've been there, and the fact that your high school has done that from you is great.
As these young leaders make their way into that world, their fellow honorees are excited about more fun success stories in the future.
Without organizations like the New Rochelle Fund, so many young people just will not reach their true potential. So I really respect the work, and I'm so happy to be here to help support their efforts tonight.
We're all quite aware as a community that resources are shrinking for the young people. And I think it's our obligation to make sure that they don't sink too far. In fact, that we raise things up so these kids have the kinds of opportunities that they deserve, because they're going to go a long way.
We want them to involve them in the community, have them involved. We don't want them on the streets. It's no such a thing, that we don't have. You don't need to have. You have to have the willing to be different. And that's why we getting some funds, raising some funds. and people that they are willing to help, you know, but they have to put their effort into it. That's all they have to do.
To learn more about the fund and how to get involved, please visit nredfund.org. That's nredfund.org.